and welcome to my Christmas kitchen. Yes, we're leading into Christmas now, so I've got my fizzy on and I'm just so excited to share with you a great Christmas recipe today. This is one that I feel you should be making now with barbecues and gatherings and that, but also for Christmas Day. If you're not a Christmas pudding person, this is a winner. It's out of book 2. There's actually a Christmas section in this book, and this is what we're making. Oh yeah, get excited. We're doing a guilt-free strudel. Christmas strudel's on today. And just if I can take a moment to show you, look at, I'll show you, there's the Christmas section. You've got the Christmas pudding, the fruit mince pies, Christmas cake, Yuletide muffins, Christmas strudel, Christmas cake, that's the tropical one. Oh my God, and pavlova would be great for the holidays as well. All right, let's focus on this fantastic strudel. Now you preheat your oven to 200 degrees, okay? We want it hot, hot, hot. And really, strudels are normally so high in fat because it's all butter, 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 butter. So this is a really guilt-free way. So let's look at the ingredients we need for this recipe, and I'm going to tell you about a little twist at the end. So we want a large can of the pie apple. Now it says in the recipe 800 grams, but recently they've changed the can now to 770 grams. Thank you. Anyway, and I do like the Woolworths one. You can get the Ardmona one as well, but I favour this one. I shouldn't say that really, should I? But anyway, is it an Australian apple? I think it is. Great. All right, so we want phyllo pastry. This is how we're going to do the strudel. Please buy this brand. Where is it? Say it. Oh, there. Antonia? Antonou. Thank you, Bill. Antonou. It's in the fridge section. It's not in the freezer section. Do not buy the frozen. It's impossible to work with. Hate it. Okay. Well, hate's a big word, isn't it? I dislike it. You want some mixed spice and you want the fruit mince. Such a Christmas thing to have in the house at this time of the year. Fruit mince. I will give you an alternative if you don't like fruit mince. Cooking spray, bit of sugar. That's it. I know. So let's get ready to get this strudel in the oven. So we're going to start with the apple. And why I like this brand one is see how it's pieces? It's not really mush. Now if you wanted to make your own apple you could, but you know it's a bit like me and the ginger and the garlic. I like it in the jar because it's easy peasy. If you do make your apple, I want it to be not really mush, and I want it to weigh 800 grams when it's cooked, okay? And you probably want to just sort of maybe 3/4 cook it because it's going to go in the oven for a little bit as well. Now we're going to put in half a teaspoon of mixed spice. So we're looking at a Christmas theme here, and anything Christmassy with mixed spice makes it zing, I reckon. So half a teaspoon. Let's mix that in. There we go. And then we put in 3/4 cup of the jarred fruit mince. If you could make it yourself, good on you. I've never done it. Apparently you can. There's recipes for it. But I've always just opened the jar and happy days. 3/4 cup. Let's have a look. Perfect. All right, now if you're not a fan of, let me just get my scraper. If you're not a fan of the fruit mince, what you could do is replace it with 3/4 cup of mixed dried fruit, okay? Now in book 1, I actually have a strudel recipe that's just straight apple, okay? So you've got that as well. All right, so let's combine it. Fantastic at this time of the year to get your Christmas fizzy on. It's so good. And it's so easy, isn't it? I mean, have you loved the theme for this year, how everything's like quick and super, super easy? There we go. Yum, oh, it smells beautiful. Now we're going to do the phyllo, and I will use a little bit of sugar at the end. So let me just move that over there. All right, so the phyllo, we want 8 sheets. Now, if you want to use other recipes in the books, now you've got a packet of this to use it up. You'll see lots of, pizza, strudel, other different things that you can use it with. And actually in More Cooking for 102, I've actually got an apple apricot individual strudel, which is fabulous. It just makes 2. All right, how are we doing? Good? All right, can you see that, Billy? He's a good lad, isn't he? Actually, I might move it up a bit more. So we get 1 sheet and we spray it. Oh, I love it when it's a new can. It goes so well. Then another one, so we're going to do 8. So count them with me. Of course, in the traditional way, you would had melted butter brushed on each layer. This is so much easier than using the butter. This is 4. Remember, we need 8. It's so thin. Just be gentle with it. 5. Oh my God, I can't wait to eat this. Is that 6? Are you counting with me? 2 to go. 7. Last one. 8. Now I'm going to roll this up quickly because it dries out. So just roll it up, put it back in the bag, back in the fridge, and it will keep for the next, say, 5 days, you know what I mean? So as I said, go into the cookbooks and explore all the phyllo recipes that you can use this for. The pies, the meat pies, the chicken, vegetable, you can tell I like phyllo pastry because there's a lot of recipes, okay? Oh my God, I'm so excited. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to pour the mix. I might actually get a spoon. Oh, the floor's all slippery now from the cooking spray. This apple had a little bit of liquid in it, a bit more liquid in it than I like, so I'm going to use the spoon, put it in the centre, and do what I'm doing if you find there's a lot of liquid. There we go. This is enough for 8. And once I've done this, I'm actually going to show you how to make them into individual strudels. I know, because we can, okay? Got to be careful with it. It's a lot of filling, but it's so good. There we go. Get a bit more of that. All right, so let's put this over in the sink. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually respray the edges and I'm going to bring all of it over. Same with this side. And now what we're going to do is we're going to carefully roll it over. Oh my God. Spray the tray. Have it ready. Are you ready for this? And we lift it up. Roll it over. And you want the bottom part to be on the base. Here we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray the top again. Let me bring it back in. But you can see it's already leaking, so maybe I needed to be a little bit more diligent about the juice. Keep it fairly dry. Let's sprinkle a teaspoon of sugar on the top. Oh my God, what a treat. I mean, you can decorate a little bit with some holly and things like that for Christmas. A couple of little pricks in there, and it's going in the oven. Actually, I might just get some paper towel. So we've had a good lesson today, haven't we? We've learnt take the juice out. I've never seen it so juicy before. Maybe it was the apples they used. Okay, let's put it in the 200 degrees. You notice I'm not wearing shoes today. Going a la Kaz. Oh, Bill says you can't see it. We're going to do 30 minutes. It could take longer because in the recipe it tells you 30 to 40. It really depends on your oven, but you want it to be a nice little brown, golden brown, because really everything's cooked except the phyllo, so you want that to come out crispy and fabulous. So now, while that's in, I'm going to go a little bit further and show you how to make them on their own, because we can, all right? So I'm going to get, very quickly, I'm going to show you how to make individual. So now you're going to use a 400 gram can of the apple. Yep. We're going to put in a 1/4 teaspoon of the mixed spice. Now if you wanted to make, this is going to make 4 single ones. If you wanted to make just 2, then you would halve what I'm doing again. But I quite like the individual ones. I think they're fun. Now what I'm going to do is I've actually weighed how much it is for half of the, whoops, let's put that on. It's half of the 3/4 cup. This is where, you know, you learn. So what I did was I weighed 3/4 cup of the fruit mince and halved it, which was 123 grams, okay? And that's how you work out. So it's a good way. I want to teach you a little bit about how I got to do cooking 102 and more cooking 102. All right, so 123 grams. Yep. Perfect. Oh, look at that. That's the jar. All right, so let's put that now in with the apple. Like we did with the big strudel, we're just making a half. And give that a good mix. I'm going to open up my phyllo pastry because I wouldn't have wanted to sit it on the bench for too long. But if you do that, what you do is you get a wet tea towel, yeah, and you put that on top of the phyllo sheets, and that will keep it moist and not dry out. So I'm going to now use just 1 phyllo per roll. Alrighty. My God, see, you get everything here, don't you? You never know what you're going to learn on the day. Is that 1? Looks like it's 2. Yes. Let's just 1. Spray. Now, I'm actually going to now weigh the mix so I can divide it into 4. Actually, I'm going to take out that juice. I've learnt my lesson, haven't I? And it's such a, it has a real Christmas flavour to it. I think the minced fruit really does bring it to a Christmas flavour. All right, so that's now weighing, let me just put that sultana in because I can't have it missing out. Oh, there you go, 410 grams, Bill, divide by 4. 102. Bring that down to 0. And I'm going to do 102. Okay, now the fat count is amazing. It's only 1.5 grams of fat per serve. And if you use the mixed fruit, you know, the dried fruit, then all you have to do is it's 0.7, so it's actually even less. So I'm going to put this, actually I'm going to do it the other way. So I forgot we're doing single. Okay, put that in the top part. So like this is if you're like me and Billy and you're just on your own, just, you know, a couple of you at home, this is how you do it without making a great big one. And then you just carefully roll it up. Let's get the cooking spray. I'm going to put the fold down. Yep. I'm going to then do just a little sprinkle of sugar on the top. Oh, I spray it first. Lots of cooking spray used today, hey? A little bit of sugar on the top. Going to put a little prick in. And there is your single serve. Now, while this is cooking, I'm going to make up the other 4, and I'll show you the finished product shortly. Well, the oven's beeping, so let's check it out. So that was 30 minutes. Oh yes, they're perfect. So here's our beautiful big strudel. Oh yes. And here are the individual ones. How about that? Now they're nice and crispy and fabulous. So I might just get a scraper. Let's do the individuals. Aren't they great? I mean, who wouldn't like this with a bit of low-fat ice cream or the low-fat custard? Oh, the apple's popped out. There we go. There are the strudels. And what I would do for this one is in Kmart I got 2 big slider ones, and I'd go in both sides and pop it onto a platter. But I'll just leave that one for now. And you cut this one. Let's do the Merry Christmas, and let's do the holly in here. So there you go. This is all ready for Christmas. How fabulous, guilt-free, amazing. This serves 8, so you cut in 4 and then in 4 this side and 4 that side, and individual as well. So next week's show is going to be another great Christmas option for you, and I'm making Yuletime muffins. So if you've got any fruit mince left over, keep it for next week because I'm going to be making the muffins. We often have these for a quick breakfast on Christmas Day. I love them for when I have people over for afternoon tea before Christmas, or even, you know, after Christmas. They're worth having any time of the year. All right, so what do? You want to win book 2? Well, you have to like, share, and in the comments, hashtag Simply Too Good. But of course, you know I'm being generous this year, so I'm going to throw in a sample of each of the shakes for you to try. So what have we got? We've got the creamy vanilla, iced coffee, wicked chocolate, and the dairy-free. What a great way to get ready for Christmas if you wanted to just cut your calories down a little bit. I have a shake every day. I love it, and I could put some frozen fruit in with them and zip them up. They are just epic. And they've got a 5-star health rating from the Australian Health Department. So book 2, shakes. If you want to win it, remember, like, share, hashtag Simply Too Good. And I'm excited to be able to tuck into my strudel right now. I know Diane's a bit happy about that. But look, you know, if you want any more tips or recipes, go to simplytoogood.com.au. And remember, if you don't like the fruit mince, you can always put in the mixed dried fruit instead. But as I said, if your apple looks wet like mine was, drain it. Yeah. Alrighty, well, here we go. Another great recipe. Christmas is done and dusted here. I mean, who knew weight loss could be so deliciously Christmas? Take care, and I'll see you next week.